Most people lose sales because they're too busy talking, right? So today's title, our topic is the best closers ask better questions, not give better speeches. Listening is the key to closing, asking better questions. For example, someone on Instagram, I don't know their actual name, but someone on Instagram said, hey, convince me to buy your stuff. So the dumb answer would be, well, here's why, because I've helped since 2018, I've helped people bring in 300,000 new customers. I was just recently voted, back there is the award that I'm the #1 sales coach in the world, right? That would be the wrong answer to give some great speech. Instead, I would say, what are you looking to solve? Are you currently trying to solve a sales problem? Why are we talking? Why are you on here? It's much more powerful for you to be asking questions. Some of you have seen that movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. And, it's funny. I know it's a crazy movie, not a Christian movie, just a heads up, spoiler alert. I had read Jordan's books many years before the movie, so I was very aware of the story. In the movie, he says, hey, sell me this pen, right? How many of you know the right response to that? The right response isn't, well, it's a really great pen and it can write upside down like an astronaut. It's got this incredible cushion grip. It's not talking about this. It's saying, well, what has you in the market for a pen? Why are you even considering a pen? Don't you have a pen already? Isn't that one good enough? See, asking questions make you the better closer. It's good for you to know everything about your solution and everything about your product and everything about your pen, but that's not going to make you a great closer. What's going to make you a great closer is finding out the problem of the prospect. I have seen way more people talk people out of a sale than into a sale. But if you ask the right questions, that's where the tide turns. If you've ever been talking to a prospect and you felt like it was going good, and then they said, let me think about it. I may have experienced that. I've experienced that, right? Haven't we all experienced that? You feel like, man, this is going well. They're going to be a buyer, man. I'm going to make that sweet commission. I can smell it. It smells like money, right? And then they say, oh, let me think about it. When they say, I need to think about it, just ask yourself this question, and then I'm going to give you a question to ask them. Ask yourself this question. Do I fully understand the problem they're trying to solve? I bet you don't. I bet you don't. Because the person that says, I need to think about it, you haven't positioned them to weigh the consequence of not solving their problem faster. So that's the question you should ask yourself, right? Do I even know the problem they're trying to solve? And this is the perfect time for you to say, okay, great. Absolutely. Like sales should be much more like judo, right? Where you're taking the energy and the weight of the prospect and going with it than just brick walling and stopping them. Don't ever say, well, what's there to think about? That's a really stupid answer because it just abruptly, hits them. And by the way, most prospects are contrarian or they have contrarian energy. They don't like being told what to do. So when you say, what's there to think about? They're like, nothing now because I ain't buying. So don't ever say, what's there to think about? Like I remember I was at an event and this big earner, like $1 million earner was up there and he says, yeah, when people tell me what's there to think about, I say, well, what's there to think about? Making money or having fun? Okay, that sounds good. But that ain't going to close you one sale. That doesn't work. That's silly hillbilly, right? That's just dumb. Okay. So when they say, I got to think about it, you say, hey, no problem. Absolutely. Take your time. This is a serious decision. I'm just curious though, what made you initially reach out? Or what made you initially even look at this thing, right? So while you're thinking about it, I'm just curious, what is it you're hoping to gain or what is it you're trying to solve if you ever did move forward with this? Now, if we don't know their problem, we can get into their problem. And once we get into their problem, it opens up a whole new series of questions. Well, is that something that's optional or is that something you need to do? Well, if you don't do this, how will you accomplish that? Well, is that something you're hoping you can fix sooner or later? Here's another one. Here's a great one. You're going to love this one. Do you feel that problem will get worse in 5 years or better? Will it naturally get better? See, their problem ain't getting better and they know that, but you need to position it in their mind that there is pain with thinking about it. There is pain with delay. There's pain with not solving the problem. Because if you don't, the only pain they know is the pain of paying you. See, that's a very known pain. They know that pain. You mean money has to leave my bank account? That's painful. No. If you don't solve the problem, what kind of pain is that? So you need to expand the problem so that they see there's pain associated with me not solving this problem. And when you get them to a point where there's more pain associated with not doing anything about the problem than there is the pain of paying you, they gonna pay you. They're going to buy your thing. They're going to join your service or your product or whatever it is you're selling. If I had to choose one, if I could only choose one, of either make someone an expert of what it is that they're selling or teach them how to ask great questions wins by 1,000 times. Because if you ask great questions, if you learn to expand the problem, people are going to buy your solution. They're going to buy it. I'm telling you. Now, this is where it's an ethical thing. When you learn to ask great questions, you better believe in what you're selling, or else you're going to harm people. You're going to have people buy a product, service, or opportunity that actually doesn't solve their problem because you're good at asking questions. This is an ethical thing. When you learn how to expand the problem and ask better questions, you better believe in what it is that you're selling. Now, nowadays, thank the Lord, we have the ability to sell whatever it is that we want. It wasn't always the case. Decades and decades ago, you had, a few options. Now, everyone has an affiliate program. Everyone has a model where you can be compensated off marketing someone else's thing, or you can just create your own thing. Some of you are trying to sell something you've never actually used. I know so many people in travel. I'm sorry to pick on you. I know so many people in travel that they're attempting to sell travel. They haven't even traveled. They don't even have a passport. Now, you don't have to have some miraculous testimony from your product, service, or opportunity, but you do need to use it. But I know so many people that are trying to get rich in travel, but they're not traveling. I don't know, just to pick on that one industry. And so you need to believe in what you're selling. And once you have that and you start asking better questions, you're going to make it rain. You are going to crush it. And so one way that you can get better questions, how many of you have this, either digitally or physically? How many of you have this? If you want to get better at asking questions, this tiny little book that fits in a purse or a back pocket is loaded with powerful closing questions, with powerful questions to ask your prospect so that you learn their problem, expand their problem, and make them want to buy from you. This is going to pay you way more than an entire humongous manuals about your product or service, right? You could study your product service all day till you're blue in the face, and that will make you less money than studying this right here. And so if you want to get my social media script book, just go to higdongroup.com/scripts. We have sold over 10,000 of these copies. And so if you want to get better at questions, this will help you. Grab it today. All right. And so I appreciate you. If you got value from this, tag somebody, whether you get the script book or not, tag somebody if you think this might help them. Because if they learn that, it's not about my amazing presentation or amazing speech, it's about the questions that I asked the prospect, this could actually free people. Because you know what's easier than memorizing a big, long speech? Just asking questions. It's way easier. And so I appreciate you so very much. I hope this was helpful. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.